need to know this. If you were born after 1959, you can't claim your Social Security benefits until you're 67 years old. And Jeb Bush thinks that's too soon. On Face the Nation this weekend, Jeb Bush said that the retirement age should be raised from 65 to 68 or 70. Take a look.
Let me ask you about Social Security. You recently said you favor raising the retirement age for Social Security. To what age?
I think it needs to be phased in over an extended period of time. I've seen ideas that are 68, for example. We need to look over the horizon and begin to phase in over an extended period of time, going from 65 to 68 or 70.
So not only is Jeb promoting a plan to make American seniors work longer to earn their retirement, but his facts about Social Security are just plain wrong. The age of full retirement hasn't been 65 since over a decade ago, in 2004, when his brother was still president. But the retirement age has been climbing since Reagan changed Social Security in 1983. The Reagan Social Security adjustments raised the retirement age to 66 for anyone born during or after 1943, which is everybody retiring right now. And you'll have to be 67 years old to receive full benefits if you were born during or after 1959. So Jeb wants to fix a program that he doesn't know the basic facts about. And the truth is, it's easy to make Social Security sustainable for the next century without raising the retirement age at all. Just scrap the income cap on paying into Social Security so the nation's highest earners actually pay the same percentage of their income into the system that bus drivers do. But Jeb doesn't rely on Social Security, and neither do the donors he's trying to court. And they don't care if the workforce is old, so long as the workers are desperate and willing to work for starvation wages. So isn't it time to fix our system so that Americans can retire younger and we can open up more job positions for younger workforce? Shouldn't we be talking about lowering the Social Security retirement age instead of raising it? It'll open up all kinds of jobs for young people and thus strengthen the system because they'll all be paying Social Security taxes. Let's rumble. Joining me for tonight's Big Picture Rumble, Charles Sauer, president of the Market Institute, Tommy Christopher, White House correspondent and political analyst for the Daily Banter, and Gianna Caldwell, federal lobbyist with Caldwell Strategic Consulting. And let's get to it. Great to have you guys with me, by the way. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for having us, Tom. Thanks. So, isn't it time to lower the retirement age? I mean, in my book, Rebooting the American Dream, we actually, I consulted a bunch of people. We did the math on this. If you lowered the retirement age to 55, about half of the people between 55 and 67, or 66 right now, would probably take that option. And that would open up millions of jobs for younger people who would be paid probably more than most of those people who would be retiring. They'd be paying more into the system. The system would actually be sustainable. And if you did away with the cap, it's sustainable forever.
That's great math. Let's just keep lowering it because that math is going to continue. You say you're going to give people free money, they're going to keep taking it.
It's not free money. I've been paying into Social Security since I was 14 years old.
No. When Social Security started in 1935, there was 37 workers for every one employee. That's 3 to 1 now. You paid into the 1935 system, which we basically still are.
I paid into the 1960-something system.
All right, 1960 system. The life expectancy at that time was still around 70 years old. We're talking life expectancy of 75, 78 now. It's time to change the system.
I understand, Charles, that talking point coming out of the Heritage Foundation, founded by billionaires filled with rich people. But the reality is that if you make less than $70,000 a year in the United States right now, the lifespan has not significantly changed over the last 30 years. It has only changed for people making over $70,000 a year. That number is totally fallacious.
Well, you know what? I don't know about lowering the age because I don't have the research that you do, but I would say that this idea put forth by the Bush campaign was a bad idea for a number of reasons. One, you can retire early at 62, but you're not going to get full benefits, as you know.
You're correct.
You can retire at the full age of 67, and if you want to change it to make it to something, in some reports I said that he wanted to raise it to maybe about 70 years old, and the life expectancy, from what I've read, is about 81, according to the Social Security Administration. It's just a really bad idea. At the end of the day, people wonder, what the hell am I been working for all these years? And as a former 7-year employee of the Social Security Administration, I can tell you, if the next president does not come in with a real plan to solve this mess, Social Security is going to be in trouble, and it's going to be in trouble sooner than we expect within our lifetime.
You know, in part, the only reason that Social Security has gone from being 28 years solvent to 4 years solvent right now. And by the way, after that solvency period, it's 70% forever. So it's not like it's going to go away. Is because of the Bush recession. You know, this Bush recession has cut so much of the revenue.
Bushes. I'm a former Jeb Bush staffer. This is common sense policy.
I'm talking about the George W. Bush recession.
I know, but you're not using that, and that's we're confusing the Bushes. This Bush has common sense economic policy, and that's what he's putting forward here.
Retire. Tommy,
the age. Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, I think if Jeb Bush and the Republicans are that concerned with Social Security, I don't know why they want to do away with the death panels. But second of all, you know, to your point, it doesn't matter how long a lifespan gets, man. Dog food is still going to be dog food. The point of Social Security is to keep the elderly out of poverty. And as Tom was saying, you know, you raise the retirement age to 70 years old. What are these 69, 70-year-olds going to do until then?
You want a 70-year-old Ric Flair?
How many Walmart greeters can you have?
Well, and they're not all Walmart greeters. I mean, there's some tough work out there that takes a hell of a lot out of your body.
Exactly.
I mean, you got construction. You want construction workers to be working until they're 70?
Well, they won't.
They can't.
Yeah.
The problem I have with it is the fact that people have been paying into it. So I don't think there's at any time, any point that we should be raising the age of something when I paid money for it. People, they take it out your check every 2 weeks or whenever you get paid. Why is it that you're going to make it so that I can't get the check that I deserve? I worked for it. It's not welfare.
Yeah, Reagan doubled the tax on working people making less than $40,000, the Social Security tax. And, I mean, you know, it wasn't just Reagan. Greenspan and Moynihan put the thing together. But Reagan was like, you know, signed off on that and also raised the retirement age to 67. And by the way, in fact, Giano, I think where you were going is if you wait until you're like 70 to retire, you actually even get more. You know, so but you know, the fact of the matter is that this is not a system in trouble. And if we simply raise the cap, you know, raise the cap, you've solved the all problems. And I don't understand. So okay, just to explain, if you make $118,500, every penny is taxed for Social Security, right? You pay 3% on every penny. If you make $1 million, 900,000 of it, roughly $890,000 of it, you pay no tax. Why is it that Bill Gates is paying a completely different tax rate? You know, somebody making $1 million is paying 1/10 the tax rate of, for Social Security of somebody making $118,000. And on top of that, they're not even going to need the money.
On Capitol Hill, it's been stopped by the left every time that's been proposed. So I understand what
it has been proposed by the Democratic Party, lifting the cap. In fact, Bernie Sanders introduced legislation to do this last year, the year before, over and over and over again. This is raising the cap so that rich people pay into Social Security is something that is absolutely opposed by Republicans and absolutely supported by Democrats and has been for a century.
So you don't think that we've been taxed enough already? I mean, seriously speaking, I mean, we really have. At this point, there's a tax for everything you do.
I think somebody making $200,000, $300,000, $500,000, $1 million, $3 million, $5 million, these high-frequency traders on Wall Street who do nothing but sit around and watch their computers sit there blinking, making $2 billion a year, I think they should be paying the same Social Security income tax rate that you and me and everybody else here is paying.
I don't know who you mean by we, but I'm not above any Social Security cap right about now.
Yeah. So. Well, I've had years where I was and years where I wasn't, and it's crazy that I remember the first year I was, and I was like, what? That's not right. That's not fair. I mean, anyhow. Elizabeth Warren, moving along, wants some answers from the chief of the Securities and Exchange Commission, Mary Jo White. On Tuesday, the senior senator from Massachusetts wrote a letter to the SEC calling White's leadership extremely disappointing. Warren added that White hasn't fulfilled her promise to enforce financial regulations in at least 4 big ways, like the SEC's failure to get CEO and worker pay disclosures from companies, the fact that the SEC chief herself frequently recuses herself from cases because she used to work in these Wall Street firms. The letter ends with a list of issues that Mary Jo White needs to clarify to the public, including why the SEC removed campaign finance disclosure from its rulemaking agenda. And coming into the 2016 elections, that's an important question. I actually called Mary Jo White's office today and said, I'd just like to leave a message. I'm a taxpayer. I'm a voter. I realize she's not an elected official, but, she could, with the stroke of a pen, require every publicly traded company in America to disclose the money that they're spending on politics. Isn't that a healthy thing? I mean, that's what Justice Scalia in Citizens United said should be the case. Transparency is the cure for Citizens United. No? Yes?
Yes.
Aren't I talking like a Republican?
I don't know. I know that there's a fight here about whether a corporation is a person, and because I believe in the free speech
What does
right.
that have to do with this?
Well, we've talked. If a corporation's a person,
I think if a billionaire is giving money to politicians, that should be disclosed too.
I don't think that should be disclosed. I think that a corporation has different incentives, and the profit
So I
motives
should
of
be
a
able
board
to
are
own,
different.
secretly own a politician.
You're never going to secretly own a politician.
Oh, come
That's
on. Well, I'm not. No, but if I had $1 billion, or even a couple $100 million, or even $100 million,
and there are campaign finance disclosures for individuals, though, right? I mean, we have that, but for corporations,
not if I give it to a super PAC.
But should they have the disclosure? Well, I mean, that's the super PAC laws. The reason that this is here is because an administration like the Obama administration comes after you and won't give you benefits for disclosing.
We have 20 seconds. Quick comments, guys.
Well, there's already a disclosure form that's out there for corporations that donate money. If you're a lobbyist and you're donating money to particular,
If you're a lobbyist.
if you're a lobbyist,
But not if you're a
lobbyist,
if you're
corporations you have to reveal corporations that you donate money on behalf of as well.
Well, that if it's going directly to a candidate, but there's a whole huge realm of political electioneering that doesn't get disclosed. We'll
Yeah,
get back
you know,
to
if
it.
voters don't know who corporations are giving,
More
to,
after
it's
the
not
break.
really a free